Class of 2024, the Lord has been faithful to us through many mountains and valleys and has constantly reminded us of His ever-present love. For some of you, it may feel like the time is flying by, and for others, it isn't moving fast enough. From the Fall Bible Conference outside to our first experience worshiping as a body in the Jeremiah Chapel, from a color run to the great Brock Lawler Snow Crusade of 21, we have had so many memories together. Remember that feeling of being out of breath after a really long jacket jaunt, or awkwardly talking to people in your sting group while wearing masks, or even being moved so deeply by the Word as Dr. Kimball preached in the Fall Bible Conference. We have also had a lot of firsts. First time away from home, first alt night, first campus Christmas, first college finals week, and first time going back home with a feeling of exhaustion and tremendous accomplishment. One thing that is undeniable through all these experiences is that we have grown and have seen the goodness of Jehovah Jireh.
Just the Lord's faithfulness of moving us through outside and then also into Callan, which was also pretty interesting, but also very cool. I learned quickly to appreciate the chairs in the DMC, which was nice. But just the way that the Lord kept us faithful in trusting Him through that time. And then that first chapel in the DMC was incredible. It was probably the most impactful worship that I've had here, just because feeling that atmosphere again in there and just really feeling the Lord move and just the joy of having us all together again was really special.
Walking into Cedarville, it was something that I had never experienced joy in the way that God showed me. It was really just freshman year, as weird as it was being COVID year, I got to kind of live in that Philippians 4 peace that surpasses all understanding, where I expected to be really anxious and stressed, and it ended up just being such a joyful time. The Lord has just really changed my perspective on joy and been so constant in providing that for me.
Since I've been at Cedarville, my relationships have radically changed. The gospel has totally just shifted my perspective. The gospel and the Lord and the glory of the Lord should be the focal point of every conversation we have, of every step we take, of every decision we make. I've seen the Lord teach me hefty things. He has convicted me through relationships, but there's been a sweetness that it's all for His worship and all for His glory. And I would say it's shaped my whole perspective in life.
I knew coming in I wanted to be able to have conversations with people about the Bible. But what I wasn't ready for was how much we pour into one another about the Bible, that I meet up with people on Thursdays who are wanting to see how I'm doing, not just if I'm happy, but if my relationship with God is going well. To be able to have people who are willing to be honest and to call me out when I'm in sin, that's something I never expected, and it's something I want to continue on with friendships within the church and other people when I graduate, to be an example of what it's like to be in community with other believers.
Just recognizing that a satisfied life and satisfied relationships is really just pouring myself out to those people, not just seeking something from them. I think I've seen the growth the most in that, and also just learning about how others need to be loved. I always thought the ideal way to love was through my lens of view, so it was, okay, I love this way, now I'm going to show you love that way. But really, it's understanding people, getting to know how they need to be loved. And I feel like with my friendships, that's grown a lot.
I'm so excited to just soak up the friendships and the people and the community. It is such a gift that we get to go to a Christian school and be surrounded by fellow believers, because once we leave here, it is a daily battle. We're going to be fighting for our faith, and we need to be confident and being prepared to give a testimony of what we believe and why we believe it. And so I just want to soak up all the knowledge and all the people that are willing to pour into me, but also just have fun with friends and our youthfulness, but also seeking different ways to see how I can best honor and glorify the Lord through my profession, but also seek opportunities to serve Him.
So as we reflect on our time here at Cedarville, let's take what we've seen and what we've learned to look forward into finding fulfillment in Christ, not just for the remainder of our time here at school, but for the rest of our lives. God has been so good to us and has provided for us in every step and in every stage that we've seen. And it's really exciting to see that He will continue to be faithful to those promises and provide for us as we move forward. Remember, we can't live for God on our own, so every step we take is only by His grace. We are completely insufficient on our own, but Christ has covered us with His sufficiency.